elbow at 90, so same position, and I'm looking at whether or not they're able to move 15 degrees wrist extension, 15 degrees of wrist flexion by themselves. Okay. Piece of advice. If you can't tell what 15 degrees is, which you guys probably can't at this point because you're new, right? Even I have trouble sometimes. Pull out your goni. Just kind of get an idea. You can measure her while she's moving, or just before she moves, kind of take a look at where that moving arm is and see where that might be. So to give your idea before you still go eyeballing, okay? So that's an idea. We have some gonies here for you guys to use. All right. The next one is stability with the elbow at 0 and the shoulder at 30 degrees of flexion. So we're looking for this at the same movement that we did before with stability. Can she move 15 degrees and can she take my resistance, hold, with the elbow straight and the shoulder at 30 degrees. Then in that same position, we're looking at this. Okay, can she move that way? Okay. The last thing we're looking at is back down to elbow flexed at 90, and can she alternate circumduction? All kinds of funky stuff here. Okay, and that's a no, that's a 0. Okay. All right. The next set of items, so that was wrist. The next set of items are for grasp, okay? So we're looking at, and she's allowed to rest, that's the wrong arm, sorry. She's allowed to rest her arm on the table. We're first looking at mass flexion and mass extension, okay? You can also have the arm on the lap, but I like the bedside table. So I can place the patient in the position of full extension if she can't get there herself, and I'm asking her, I want you to bring your fingers in and make a fist. Good. And you're looking at whether or not she can attain that movement. Some patients, once they're out here, will have a whole lot of difficulty. You might only see just a little bit of movement. You may see no movement at all. You're looking for them to actively move, okay? You might see their fingers just kind of rebound on their own without her actively moving. You're looking for active movement. And you're looking at no flexion, some flexion, or complete flexion, okay? So this is no flexion, this is complete, so anywhere in between would be that 1. The next one you're doing is you're putting her into flexion and you're asking her to extend. Good, okay. So she's not fully extended, so she gets the 1, okay? The next few items are a series of grasps, okay? The first one is the briefcase grasp, okay? So you're asking them, I should really be sitting in front of her, but just so that you're aware. We're going to ask her to position her fingers as though she's going to be grabbing a briefcase, okay? And then what I'm going to do is provide resistance. I want you to hold it there. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Okay, she's very strong. All right. So, and then I'm looking at, can she attain the position? If she can't, then she gets a 0. And then can she take my resistance? Is it weak, or can she maintain against a full, this is supposed to be full resistance. So like a 5 out of 5 kind of 6 and hold kind of thing. The next grasp would be kind of like similar to a pincer grasp. So what I'm going to ask you to do is take this piece of paper between your thumb and your fingers. Good. And you're going to hold it, hold it, hold it, and I'm going to try to pull it out. The next one is a pencil grasp. So you do not put the pencil in the patient's hand. That's really mean, I know, but you put it there and you say, okay, I want you to pick up that pencil and put it in your hand as though you were going to write a sentence. What I want you to do is only, and patients will do that, actually.
Sometimes they do that, they like are tired of the test.
That's cheating. Now, what you can, for most of these grasp items, you can give them some support at the elbow. You just can't help them, or the forearm, you just can't help them with the grasp themselves. So I can't do hand over hand helping her grasp, okay? Yeah, do it one more time. Yeah, that's okay. All right, so so eventually what we would like to see is that she's able to put it like you would. I can't even put it correctly.
I know.
Like you would.
It's really weird in my left hand too. Like I don't know how to grab it normally.
That it would be in there like she would be writing a sentence, and then I would ask her to hold it, hold it, hold it, don't let me pull it, okay? So in order to get the 2, she has to be able to put it in her hand in the correct way and take resistance. So very difficult to get a 2. All right, the next one is a cylindrical grasp. I used to have a can of tomato paste, but it went missing. I don't know who stole my tomato paste. It's like 12 years old. I don't know why you would want it, but don't take my paper. All right, so same thing here. You're gonna put this here, anything like a cylinder. You're gonna ask her to grasp it. Okay, and then you're going to say, hold it and don't let me pull it out. Okay, hold it, hold it, hold it. Okay, okay. So that's a cylindrical grasp. The next one is a spherical grasp, and I used to have a tennis ball that's missing with the tomato paste. Where it went, so this is close enough. You're supposed to put the ball here. We cannot stabilize the ball, okay? So this is easy because it's a heart. She's supposed to grab it. Same thing, don't let me pull it. Oh, you're losing it. Okay. All right, so those are all the grasps, right? The last thing we're looking at, let me take the table away for a minute. The last thing we're gonna look at is coordination. So if you look at this last item, you're actually scoring a total of 6, and you're looking at 3 different things during the same test. So it's basically a finger nose, but you're having her start from her knee. So she's gonna touch her knee to her knee to her nose. This is a timed item, plus you're looking at the quality of movement. So you're gonna ask her, let's do it with your good side or your unaffected side first. So you're gonna take your finger, you're gonna touch your knee, and then you're gonna touch your nose. And you're going to do that as fast as you can, 5 times, okay? So for you as the rater, you have to be timing, counting 5, and watching her quality of movement, okay? So what you're looking for before we have her do it is tremor, dysmetria, or speed. And speed, excuse me. And what you're kind of trying to do is differentiate between whether or not this is a cerebellar issue, is there a basal ganglia dysfunction? Okay, you're taking a look at those different coordination symptoms and trying to get an idea of what's affected. Okay, so for tremor, it's marked, slight, or no. So marked versus slight, you have to use your judgment there. Same thing for dysmetria. So for tremor, you're looking for something like tremor during the movement, right? Dysmetria is the target. Are they over or undershooting the target? Okay, so you're looking kind of in 2 different phases of the movement for that. And then of course the speed. All right, so let's watch her. You're gonna go 5 times. Oh, you're already doing it. Good job.
I was trying to show tremors and stuff.
1. Nose to finger. Good job. Okay, so I timed her, and what did we see in terms of dysmetria and or tremor? Did we see a tremor?
No.
Not really. Okay, so I would mark her no, 2, no tremor. What about the dysmetria? This is a hard one.
Yeah, because it was like, was it from the fact that she, or because that mobility?
Well, what did she touch her nose with every time? The same spot, right? Even though it wasn't the tip of the finger, I wouldn't call that dysmetria. To me, she was touching the same part every time, okay? Dysmetria will probably, and it will depend on how severe it is, but it'll probably look more like, she might be all over the place, okay? Same thing with her knee. She was able to basically touch her knee the same place every time. If you saw them come down and they were touching here and then here, or they completely missed the knee, that would be more like dysmetria. And again, it can be more subtle than what we're describing here, but for the most part, I saw her hit the target almost every time in the same way. So I would score her a 0 or a 2 for no dysmetria, okay? And then the timed item. Yes?
What is systematic?
I don't have the answer to that question.
Okay.
We're gonna go with slight or pronounced, because I don't know what systematic means. I'll look it up for you, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you can use pronounced and slight and no. I don't know what systematic means. Sorry. See, I don't know everything in the world. You thought I did, but I don't. Okay, so do we need a break for a second from all that?